Hi, Sam. Hey, thank you for this great paper. I really appreciated right from the start you talking about your career aspirations and using a couple of great sources. That is so important to link that back to what the best practices says and as well as having evidence behind it. Particularly call your attention here where I have highlighted where you mentioned that. You're a team leader because you have high concern for production as well as people. And it's so important in today's workplace to never forget that we have production because of people. We meet goals because of people. And we have great organizations because of people. And I really got that sense of all of those things from reading that statement right off the bat. And then you back it up with the citation from Lusher and Achua, and I appreciated that. Great source for that. That backed that right up. Then moving on down, wanted to look at this sentence here that I'll draw your attention to, and actually we'll highlight that right now. That you would need great leadership skills to fill this position effectively and talking about the position that you aspire to, which I really appreciated you mentioning what your aspirations are. I like the sentence. I would have liked to have seen more about the why and to explain that. Just draw that out a little bit more. I'm sure you know it, and just be sure to include it in the paper. Give a couple of good examples of what not to do. Obviously, some people who are intent on managing rather than leading, and just kind of a horror story that we all have in our backgrounds. And I'm glad you reflected on those because I often tell leaders who are emerging, such as yourself, think about those qualities not only that you and characteristics that you want to emulate, but also those that you don't, that when you've had bad experiences and how you could invert those at the time if you were the leader in those situations so that the employees will know that they are valued team members. On that, it would I would suggest to make the paper even better to write about what you would do differently. 17 member group is a large group. So my question would be, would you resize it? And if so, how would you divide it up? Now you left out a conclusion, and if you look here in the rubric, in the first section, it talks about, in the second section, the conclusion reviews the major points, ideas flow in a logical sequence, which they did up to that point in your paper. Conclusion would bring it all together. So I wanted to know that your score is based on those things. I liked a lot of what I saw. But however, the conclusion was left out. So as a result, that explains the score. If you have any questions, be sure and be in touch. And thanks again for the great submission.